My guest today is Dr. Stephen Bird, who's a professor of exercise and sports science, an author, a high-performance coach, and a tremendous entrepreneur.
I was working with the Indonesia Ministry of Sport at that point in time with their high-performance program. When you were working in Indonesia, one of their priority competitions with the Southeast Asian contingent is the Southeast Asian Games. And we started working that program, 850 athletes in the program. And early on, what we found was an area where we could get benefit for the athletes and the coaches was around a focus on recovery. Now, what I want the listeners to appreciate, it's not like I'm working with one team, a rugby league team or a netball team, and I'm going to take those athletes in to an aquatic center. We'll do a hydro aquatic session, or we'll do some mobility. 850 athletes, 30 odd provinces, all spread across Indonesia. Now, we both know, Tarek, that athletes in particular, and not just athletes, but high performers, and we're going to use that term as we move through our discussion today, they're very single-minded and very competitive by nature. So what we looked at that point was how can we engage them through education and competition? The education piece was around here are the recovery modalities which we feel are most useful once we highlighted 4 specific recovery domains, those being substrate, fueling, muscular, neural, and psychological. So we have these 4 specific recovery domains. We then looked at the efficacy around the recovery strategies that were linked to each of those domains. We then put in a nominal loading of what the recovery points would be if they used a particular strategy. Putting those 2 things together, the recovery checklist with our nominal points, the competitive nature of the athletes, we then challenged the athletes to accrue a certain number of recovery points in a week. So given that there was a very high, as you can appreciate, athletes training for international competition, high training volume. So our goal was to challenge the athletes to accrue a certain number of recovery points.